Hey guys, welcome back to the Sensu Pop channel for another top 5 video. This time around we are gonna be doing top 5 characters in Dragon Ball that should have a leader card already in the card game. So these are characters spanning from the whole entire Dragon Ball series, from Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, and Dragon Ball Heroes. What I'm gonna do, so the rules are simple here. So it has to be a Dragon Ball character. It has to be not having a leader card. They can have battle cards, that's totally okay, but they do not have a leader card. And at the same time, I will limit my choices from Dragon Ball Heroes. So I'm just not gonna feature so many from them. The reason is because if we're just talking about Dragon Ball Heroes alone, it will be cheating that I can just fill this up with top 5 easily. Alright, so for most of the time, I'm just gonna limit my choices. I will pick some very cool ones that I want to do it, and we're gonna have the top 5. So the fifth one, Tianxin Han. So Tianxin Han has, even though he has been featured quite prominently in many battle cards and even Chaozu, but we don't really have him as a leader card yet. We have Yamcha, we have Oolong, we have Bulma, we have Goku, of course, Gohan, Piccolo, and we have Krillin, but we just don't have Tianxin Han. One of the reasons why I think so is because I've heard that Tianxin Han is not very popular in Japan, and maybe that is the reason why, but I don't think he is that unpopular character in the rest of the world. Of course, even if we have Yamcha, but I would guess that all other leaders, even Oolong's popularity, really just surpass Tianxin Han, so maybe that's why we don't have it. But when it comes to the Earthling itself, I believe that we should give this a little go. Maybe picking a color, he should be green or yellow, right? Or red, because he should take his own life to do pretty much a lot of damage, because that's how Tianxin Han is with his like this, I don't know what that move is, right? And he just poof, and then, but he takes his own life. He actually uses his life force to amplify it. So that's pretty about him. Or he can do like tokens, you know, like do a lot of tokens and this type of mechanics because of this multi-image technique, right? So that's Tianxin Han himself. Alright, so this is one of my pick, Tianxin Han. So what would be the next one? Telos. So Telos, I felt that Bandai missed a very big opportunity when it comes to Telos. The reason is that Assault of the Saiyans, we have Broly and Gohan for red. We have for green, what was it? Even for Raditz and Goku. Then we have yellow, which is Assault of the Saiyans, who was yellow. We have Gohan, that was yellow. Was it Gohan? I don't know. It just slipped off my mind who was in yellow. And then we have blue. There was blue was Vegito and Zamasu, right? So we have all the Saiyans out. And then for yellow, for black, I don't know who do we have for black. But you know what I do know? We don't have Telos. I felt that he was just perfect for black with, so what his mechanics would be, he's a Saiyan, right? So why not having him as a Telos, right? And then he has a Tree of Life field card that his team and him will just interact with him, and because of the tree, maybe the Tree of Life can give every single one maybe tap 3, and every single one of them gains like a plus 5k or double strike or something like that, right? Like a Pan's ability inbuilt in a field card that is activate battle. That would be pretty good. And that's it. That's Telos. I felt that we should have him already, quite a prominent guy. I think most of them are included except for this guy, right? There's still quite a couple of movies that we are not going to include though. So that's it. What I would say right now and spoil for you that Garlic Jr. is not inside, because let's be honest, or I want to be honest, I don't think Garlic Jr. is a very nice character. He's not, in terms of design wise, he's not spectacular. Even in his like super form, he's not even like a good looking character in his super form. So no Garlic Jr., but Telos, please give us a Telos card, right? So number three, it's gonna be one character from Dragon Ball Heroes, right? The reason is because we do have her counterpart. It's a she already as a leader card, and I don't know why we don't have this lady. I feel that it is ready to be launched. Foresight, and here we go. Chronoa. Chronoa, if you don't know, it's the nemesis of Towa, right? She's the supreme Kai of time, so she controls time, and she has this hour called Toki, and this is her like a super form, right? So for the side, you know, it's just perfect. You have in front that you have her normal form, and then you flip over, you have her. And if you do like Dokkan, if you take a look at Dokkan images, you have such beautiful images of her. Like she has this halo from the Zamasu, and it just looks so good. And could you imagine like some lady who manipulates time? That is her ability in like Supreme Kai of Time. I know that she doesn't show a lot of ability manipulating time, but you know, you could introduce such interesting mechanics when it comes to her, like something to do with time. Maybe not taking an extra turn, that might be a little bit too much, but maybe she could undo some steps that happened, but at a high cost, right? Maybe a such leader that take one out and undo one of the damage that you do or something. I don't know. I'm just going off tandem, and maybe we need something like her. So her mechanics would be pretty interesting. So what would be the next one? So there's number 2, number 3. So before we go on to the second one, I want to second one, it's gonna be also a character. I would definitely include one of my favorite characters inside. It's gonna be one of the Brolys that have not been featured in this card game, and I would wish to have a leader card with this character, and it's of course Bio Broly. We need a character which is Bio Broly, a leader card. I'm just joking, it's not gonna be Bio Broly. Nobody likes Bio Broly, he's like a swamp thing. I don't like him, I don't like the movie. I wish that never happens. So, but number 2, this is just a joke, right? The number 2 card, it's gonna be also a Broly. We need a Dark Broly. So this is also gonna be a Heroes and Xenoverse entry. So I've used up my 2. So Dark Broly, if you do not know, it's a Dragon Ball Heroes where, you know, they bring him back and then they give him the time mask so that to manipulate him. We already have like Masked Saiyan, Bardock, and we have Vegeta. So if you're gonna put it another Masked Saiyan, please. We have fused Mira also and Towa, so why not we include Dark Broly, which is one of the characters that I think a lot of people will get behind too. He has to be super aggro, he has to like a do or die, that type of scenario, right? Because that's him. And Towa thought that he can be controlled, but he can't be controlled. And with negative Dragon Ball on his thing, he's like a super power up version. He is the only version that we see that that is like Broly in his Super Saiyan 4 form. So he is even like a crazier. So could you imagine a leader card like that? It's gonna get so many people behind him, and if Bandai, you guys gonna release him, I think the people is gonna go a little bit crazy. All right. So color for him, definitely black. So we're gonna go to the number 1 choice. Drum roll, like what is it gonna be? Number 1 choice for a leader. Why I pick, before we go there, let me tell you why I pick this particular character, right? Because I think the mechanics for this particular character, it's gonna be very interesting. We would not have anything like that before, and this character, it's pretty much a favorite. But being a favorite, she is also, oh, I just said she, so it's gonna be a she. I was trying very hard not to say like he or she, you know, use such to differentiate that. Being a favorite character, she is also being forgotten by the creator of Dragon Ball of Dragon Ball in the community. We don't even have any battle cards. Of course, number 1 is launch. Alright, so if you don't know what launch is, launch or lunch, What she is she's a character in Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, and the thing about her is that she is always like a petite, cute, blue hair, purple hair, blue hair lady that is very, very mild-mannered, demure in her, like mild in her demure. She's like very, very not an aggressive character, but she has one issue. Every time she sneezes, she becomes a really big badass. So with a gun, and she started shooting, and her hair turns blonde, and then she started shooting everything, and she becomes very, very aggressive, very, very crude, and as a character, violent as a person, as a character, right? So, but to get her to change back, all you have to do is to make her sneeze again, and then she goes back. Could you imagine this translate into the card game? So you can have her, and then what she does is that she just do like a, when she sneezes, she awakens. And then when she sneezes again, there's a mechanics when you make her sneeze again, then she becomes unawakened. Could you like flip her over back and forth, back and forth, back and forth? That it's gonna be, I think this is gonna work. And if you fulfill certain criteria, you can flip her over, and then she could attack, and then she's like very, very aggressive, and then you get you hit hard. But when you flip her over, there is incentive for you to flip her over back. Maybe if you flip her over back, that's where you draw. So when she's being aggressive, she doesn't draw. When she's not being aggressive, she draws. So she is the first leader that you can flip back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because of her sneezing mechanics in her real character, right? So I believe that if we have such interesting character like mechanics with her, together with Earthling, like when we go back to the Dragon Ball era saga, this is going to be such great characters to play with. And she's quite a bit of a fan. She has a bit of a cult following for her. So if she's going to be launched as a leader, pun totally intended. Pretty sure it's gonna be pretty interesting. All right, so this is my top 5. I hope you like it. Do you agree with the choices? There are many choices that I missed out though. So for example, like Mercenary Tao, Mercenary, like the Master Carrot, and so Mercenary Tao, Master Carrot, and some characters that I just have to skip because they're just like Garlic Jr. that I have to skip over because this is a top 5 list. But I had such a blast churning out this list and narrowing it down to my top 5. So I hope you guys, if you guys agree with it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs up also. It's okay. And put your suggestion down in the comment section. All right. Hey guys, see you guys in the next video. Stay safe. Yep. Ciao. Bye.